Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar here with MLB 2K12 and 30 wins with 30 teams with the Seattle Mariners. So I'm excited about this. Get to play at Safeco Field with Felix Hernandez on the mound. One of the greatest right-handed pitchers I think you're going to find in baseball right now. So you see he's going to have a lot of great stuff. His stats are phenomenal. ERA, walks and hits per inning pitch. I will take that with any pitcher any single day. So kind of excited about this going up against my Oakland A's, but I got to be fair, and I wanted to play another AL West team. So getting things started off here, we've got Coco Crisp, and on the very, very first pitch of the game, yeah, that one's rolling into right field. So it's always dangerous when you got Coco Crisp on first, just on any base, really, because you'll see stuff like this. 2 outs, 2 pitches later, yeah, he's heading for second, and even though Felix Hernandez has a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, still not going to be able to get him on that one, but that's okay, because in the end, no harm done. I was able to get out of that jam without any problem at all. Now, you guys know one of my favorite things about 30 wins with 30 teams is being able to talk about the history of a particular team. So with the Mariners, don't have as much history as I have with other teams, because the Mariners got started in 1977. So you're looking at a team around 35 years old. But like I said, you got other teams that are like 120 plus years that they've been in existence. But the thing is even though the Mariners have been a relatively new, or still a relatively new team, they've been able to do some great things in their time. Like in 2001, they won 116 games in the season, which goes ahead and it sets the American League record for most wins in a season. And it also tied the 1906 Chicago Cubs most wins in a single season. So that's really cool, especially since, you know, you take a look at the Mariners here from 1991 to when they began, kind of had some rough spots. You know, just getting a team that's trying to find out their image, you know, get some traditions going and stuff like that. You know, you're always going to see a team struggle, I think, right off the bat. But Mariners definitely done a lot of good. So it'll be kind of cool. We get to talk about still a lot of things with the Mariners. But that ends up being another hit for them. And again, really no harm done with that one as well. And there is my first hit. That goes into center field. Unfortunately, nothing comes from this one, but it is important that I go ahead and get things working. It takes me 3 innings, though, to go ahead and get a hit. Not pretty, not what I want at all. All right, Chris Carter up now. Now, some of the players that have played for the Mariners over the years, you've got some great, great players that a lot of us are going to go ahead and just recognize right off the bat. You know, because you've got people like Edgar Martinez. You know, A-Rod played for them. Both of those guys were in the 90s. As well as Ken Griffey Jr. You guys got to know who Ken Griffey Jr. is. Harold Reynolds, Randy Johnson, you know, Ichiro Suzuki. A lot of great names that have been able to play for him over the years. So that's another thing, too, that I really wanted to stress. Because with a lot of these guys, the Mariners developed them. So having an eye for talent, making them the kind of players that we know them to be, we can give that all to the Mariners. So mad props on being able to recognize good talent, make them into great players. That's another thing that I always think of when I think of the Mariners. So, yeah, you got some other ones here too, but with as much time as I got here, I don't want to necessarily go into that right now. But anyway, here we go. Getting a hit right here myself in the center field in the 4th inning. So gotten 2 innings in a row now that I've been able to go ahead and get hit. So building some momentum right here. That's something that I need because I got to come away with at least 1 run. I really think that Felix Hernandez is going to be able to hold the A's to very, very few runs. So, I mean, I'm all right in that situation, but I still got to get some runs on the board. So I'm going to go ahead, steal second right here. And, man, that was a lot closer than I was originally expecting it to be. It was not pretty, but you know what? As long as I make it on base and I am safe, I'm all right with that steal. So in a good position now to be able to score. No outs, runner in scoring position. There we go with the hit into the gap. That's going to go ahead and bring him home. Still going to end up being a single for me right there, but that's okay. 1-0 is the score right now. A's definitely got to figure out King Felix if they're going to want to go ahead and tie this one up, let alone go ahead and get the lead. So, but hey, we still got a lot of inning ahead of us. Remember, no outs right now. Still no outs. With a couple pitches later, this one, it's going to get dropped. What was that, Cespedes? Oh, well, I'm on the other team. So, hey, you know what? Just go ahead. Keep dropping those. I'm cool with it. So that puts runners on first and second. Next pitch. This one going deep into center field. This one going to get caught at the wall, but I'm going to tag up, head over to third. Not necessarily a bad thing right here either, because runners on first and third, less than 2 outs. I'm going to have 2 runners in scoring position right here. So you can see a lot of pitches have been in the middle and lower part of the strike zone right there, but there I go. Getting over to second. So, 1 out. 2 men in scoring position. That's going to bring 1 home. Not going to try and go for the other. Still puts runners on first and third. So, I think a pattern is starting to form here. Actually, this pattern's been here for, gosh, who knows how long when I've gone ahead and stolen whenever there's runners on first and third. So, you kind of know what this clip is. There I go. Glad I laid off that one, too, because that ends up being a ball. You know, they could basically crab walk over to second and still be safe with this game. But, all right, so we got that taken care of. Still back right where we were a little bit ago. 1 ball here. This one. Oh, my gosh, I crushed this one. Of the one place that he could have thrown it, he had to throw it in my sweet spot. The one place where it's not blue. So Saunders crushing that one. Making it a 3-run home run right there. That's going to make it 5-0. So, as far as the Mariners go, this has been a great, great game. But as far as the A's go, not so much, especially when you take a look at this 1 inning. But sometimes in baseball, you've got those games where, you know, it's just 1 inning. 1 inning is the only good one that you have. And I hope that does not end up being the case here in this one. All right. So, 5-0 lead here. Going to feel a lot more comfortable pitching with Felix Hernandez. You know what, though? I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to see how long I can keep him in here before the A's go ahead and get a run. All right, so in the 5th inning here, kind of like to talk about a little bit more about the Mariners. Right now they're playing at Safeco Field. Now, I grew up watching them in the Kingdome. That was actually one of my favorite places to actually watch. I don't know why. I guess I was really, really fascinated by the idea of a dome. But Kingdome had actually been around for quite a bit here. It originally opened in 1976. They started building it in 72. And then they went ahead and they took it down in the year 2000. So it had a pretty good stint. But like I said, the domes were just always different. Like, you know, Kingdome, Astrodome, Metrodome. You know, you had a whole bunch of different ones. But it seems like baseball's kind of gotten away from that here as well. But I remember watching the Kingdome. I remember watching Harold Reynolds play second. I remember watching Ken Griffey Jr. Those are kind of the days. And, of course, I played Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run. That was always one of my favorite games. My brother and I, we actually got really good at it, too, because we found out that if you go ahead and you have a knuckleballer who's a lefty, and then you go ahead and you move, like, over to the left, and then you come back 2 pixels in, I guess, to the right, and then you throw a knuckleball, then they'll watch a strike every single time. So we'd get perfect games all the time, and it was so awesome. We'd trade everybody. It was great. But there we go with the double play, getting the defense working here a little bit in this game as well. Johnny Gomes coming up to the plate now in the 8th inning. Felix Hernandez has been just rocking it against the A's. You've seen every single hit that they have had so far, which is not something that I am usually able to do, because usually there's a lot of hits by both teams. Now, Mariners haven't gotten too many hits as well, but still, the fact, though, that we're able to hold the A's right now is something I'm pretty impressed with, because 2K really went ahead and they changed the A's attributes as they got better. So the A's are actually ridiculously good in this game now, which as an A's fan, I kind of like. But I get the strikeout, just one of many that I've been able to have here in this game as well. So bottom of the 8th, there I go, getting another hit. It goes into center field, or left center. I guess center, left center is what you can go ahead and call that one here. But, you know, I've had a couple stolen bases here in this game, and I felt kind of confident about being able to go ahead and do that again. So I'm pondering right now, do I go ahead and try and steal second? I guess it really can't hurt since I am up 5-0 in the 8th inning. So taking that big lead, you kind of know what's coming. 5-seamer, though, a little bit worried about it, but I come out of that one okay. I think that was because it was low. Catcher had to go ahead and do something a little bit different to go ahead and be able to throw it over to second. And I think that's what went ahead and allowed me to have enough time to be able to go ahead and get over there. But again, somebody in scoring position, get a hit. And that one goes into center field, so that'll make it 6-0. That is why it is important to be aggressive on the bases, because you'll be able to create opportunities like that to go ahead and score runs. But you got to be smart about it. That's the thing. You don't want to be just stealing bases with anybody. You got to steal at the right time against the right pitcher. But, all right. Here we go. That's going to be a double play. So the A's getting the defense going. Man, that was close, too, and it seemed like he hesitated over there at second. All right, so top of the 9th. This game could be over here pretty quick. Oh, wow, look at that hit. That one goes into the right field corner. That's going to put him on second base. Are the A's going to go ahead and get a run right here? I'm hoping not, because I think it'd be cool for 30 wins with 30 teams to go ahead and get the complete game shutout with King Felix. But I've been able to get out of jams like this before. I'm feeling like I'm going to be able to go ahead and do that again. Yoenis Cespedes, who had that error earlier, really did a great job actually being able to stop him. We saw 0 for 3, 3 fly balls. I'll take that. And they really haven't been big fly balls either. It's not like I've had to go back to the warning track or anything like that. So I'll take the outs however I can, regardless of how pretty it may be. So even though he goes ahead and does a little check swing right there, it was still a strike. So the 0-2 count now to Cespedes. And that one, not going to be able to get a hold of that one. A little power curve. With Felix, I've been able to go ahead and diversify a lot of the patterns that I throw to the batters. So computer hasn't been able to formulate anything at all. 2 outs now. Here we go. This is where we get out number 3. All right. So they're going to go ahead and score. So that complete game shutout that I was expecting, not happening. Right at the very, very end, right at the last out. I was kind of actually not too happy about that one. But you know what? It's all right. That stuff is going to happen. Not going to let it get to me at all. So, all right. Is it still going to continue, though? Because it seems like the A's are getting a lot of offense going. All right. So, it's going to be strike 1. Throwing high, just taking a look. 45 still, I'm not too worried. This one, going to go fly ball into left field. Saunders not able to get to that one. So that's going to put runners on second and third. No runs off of that one, which is all right. Means we'll be able to get out of this one here, I think. So a strikeout, a fly ball, ground out. Doesn't matter what it is. Let's just get it done. So that one goes fly in a high center field. Gutierrez is going to be able to get underneath that one, and that is going to be the game. So the Mariners win this game of 30 wins with 30 teams by a score of 6-1. I appreciate you guys watching. I definitely do. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit, too, about the Mariners here. It's kind of one of the things I like about 30 wins with 30 teams. Hoping you guys actually learned something about the team. But you guys are phenomenal people. You really are. Subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, all that great stuff. Just check the description below. But again, you guys, thank you so much. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one.